All right. So if you guys were here a couple weeks ago, you guys remember seeing Miss Alyssa, and she is going to be our presenter with us today. So I need you guys to listen really closely. Miss Alyssa has some videos she's going to show us. She's got some questions where we're going to need your help with answering some questions. So there's going to be a point where I'm just going to ask you guys to shout out the answer. So make sure you're listening so you're ready to answer those questions with us, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Alyssa.
Okay. Hey guys, nice to see everybody again. So I am actually going to start out with that video that Miss Ashley said, which hopefully is kind of a fun game for you guys. So it's going to be a feelings guessing game, because today we're going to talk about how do we deal with bad feelings or feelings that we don't like, and how we can use what's called coping strategies. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about that. But we are going to start off with a video, if I can pull it up. Stop that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be a feelings guessing game. If you guys have seen this movie, it's called Inside Out. I really love it. And it talks about different emotions. So there's going to be a little clip, and then at the end, it's going to say 3, 2, 1, and you guys are going to get to yell out what feeling you think is shown in the video. All right? So we're going to go ahead and start. So it says, how is she feeling? All right, so 3, 2, 1. Happy. Very good. She is happy.
All right, let's watch the second one and try to guess what they're feeling.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Sad. Good job, guys.
She is sad. Three, two, one.
Mad and angry. Good job.
Mad or angry. Very good. Definitely angry. Oh, very good, you guys. I thought that one might be a little bit hard, but I heard some people say disgusted. Absolutely. And I think there's one more. good, you guys. Very good. You guys did a great job with that.
Good job, y'all.
So, if you guys saw the movie Inside Out, then, oh, sorry, hang on one second. All right. If you guys saw the movie Inside Out, then hopefully you know and you remember that all of our feelings are okay. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. And so we have a lot of different feelings. But today we're going to talk about how do we deal with the ones that we don't like so much. So this is a little bit of a quick review. When I talked about stress with you guys a couple weeks ago, I told you guys it's really important to take care of yourself. So just to remind you, we want to make sure that we're getting enough sleep, that we get exercise, that we have fun, and that we eat healthy food and drink lots of water. And if we take care of ourselves every day, that's going to always help us deal with those bad feelings. So there are also some keys to managing stress or negative emotions. You guys want to try to have a positive attitude. So you want to look at things in a nice way, in a positive way. You want to remember that it's okay to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to fail or make mistakes. That's important to try, and it's okay if you don't do it right the first time. Use your support. So I'm sure you guys have heard this a lot already from all of us that talk with you, that it's really important to talk to an adult. Ask somebody that you trust for help if you need it. Relaxation techniques, which there are a lot of examples about this, how we can learn how to relax. We can take slow, deep breaths. We can think of a special safe place. We can do some yoga. And if you guys have never heard of yoga, I'm really excited for you next week. One of my friends is going to be here to talk with you, and she's going to be able to show you some really neat yoga poses and things that you can do related to yoga. So that should be really fun, I hope. Time management, which means using your time in helpful ways. So take breaks if you need. Remember, you don't want to spend too much time in front of the screen, things like that. And make sure that you have some time for fun. So we want to always have fun, right? We're kids. We have to do the things that we're supposed to do, but we also should be having fun. So now I'm going to show you another video, which is going to show an example of this boy named Joey, and he is having some bad feelings. And so you're going to get to see how he deals with that, okay?
Do you ever start to ask yourself, what if this happens? What if that happens? It's called worrying, and it can start to make you feel really bad. Let's see how Joey deals with it. Listen up.
It's the first day of school and it's time for recess. Time to head to the playground. Yeah, you guessed it. The sun is bright and everyone's outside playing games. They're even sliding down the slide, but Joey's scared he won't know the games. And he'll mess up if he tries to play. And he wants to play tag on the grass, but he's afraid that he won't be fast. Some kids have a ball and they're playing, but what if he's not good at that game? His stomach feels bad. Did he eat something funny? Nah, just toast with honey. He's thinking of what might happen. He's worried. What if he gets tagged out in a hurry? He doesn't know how things will be. What happens next? Let's see. When we worry, we ask what if, instead of thinking about what is. Worrying can make us feel bad, but our worries don't have to last. When we worry, we ask what if, instead of thinking about what is. Worrying can make us feel bad, but our worries don't have to last. Joey's teacher comes by and asks,
Joey, is everything all right?
Joey isn't sure what to say. He tells his teacher how he wants to play, but his tummy aches and he feels afraid. His teacher says,
Hey, it's okay. We all get nervous. Adults too. Really? Yeah. When you're worried, here's what to do.
What?
Instead of imagining what might be, try to focus on what is happening. See? Close your eyes.
Okay.
Breathe deep.
All right.
Focus on one or two sounds.
Joey takes a breath and wow, he starts to calm right down.
See?
He closes his eyes and breathes. He can hear laughter and the wind in the trees.
Tell yourself it's gonna be okay. Your worries might not come true anyway.
So Joey thinks it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not fast, it'll be fun to play.
And one more thing before you run off. You can always talk to a friend, teacher, or aunt, or anyone who will listen and care. When you're worried, the ones you love will be there.
When we worry, we ask what if, instead of thinking about what is. Worrying can make us feel bad, but our worries don't have to last. When we worry, we ask what if, instead of thinking about what is. Worrying can make us feel bad, but our worries don't have to last.
Okay, so that showed you some examples of what you can do if you're feeling worried. And so we're going to keep talking about that. And so there's this phrase, these two words are called coping skills, okay? And coping skills are things that we can do to help us feel better. So if we're feeling stressed or we're feeling mad or we're feeling sad, there are lots and lots of really great ideas and things that we can do to help ourselves. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different ideas today, and I want you guys to try and think about, when I give you these examples, some that already help you, that you do already when you're feeling upset, or maybe some that you'd like to try, okay? So everybody in your minds, try and pick maybe 2 or 3 that you think are going to be your coping skills that you want to use if you're feeling stressed or bad. So our first examples on here, you'll see an option is always to read a book. That's a good way to get our mind off of what's bothering us. It's always a great idea to do a hobby or something fun, something that might distract you. So maybe that's coloring, maybe that's playing soccer, maybe that's playing an instrument. Whatever for you is fun. We want you to have fun. Listening to music. Music can make us feel really good and happy, and it can take our mind off of what's worrying us. All right, let's see some more examples. We can draw or paint our feelings. Sometimes it's really hard to talk about how we feel, but maybe we can get those emotions out in another way by drawing or painting. You can listen to the sounds around you. So you just listen. This is something that Joey did in the video, right? He closed his eyes and he just listened. And what did he hear? So sometimes you can do that. You can do that anywhere, actually. Just close your eyes and listen and think about what you hear around you. Maybe you'll hear something you've never heard before. You can think of your favorite place. So where is it that you feel calm and peaceful and happy? You can close your eyes and you can go there in your mind. What does it look like? What does it sound like? And maybe that's a way that you can calm yourself down. Of course, you can always play a game, whether that's a video game or a board game. That's a really good way to distract yourself and maybe will help you cope with your bad feelings. Let's see what else. Riding a bike, taking deep breaths. So you want to breathe slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just like you're blowing a bubble or you're blowing through a straw. And you can do this a lot of times. You want to label or name your feelings. So you want to tell somebody, I'm feeling mad, or I'm feeling stressed, or I'm feeling sad. Remember, it's okay to have all of these emotions, and it's okay to name them and say what they are. If you're able to write or you like writing, you can write down what's upsetting you, and you can change the story. So if you don't like the way it's going, maybe write a different ending. Think of something happy or positive. You can sing and dance. You can talk about it. Of course, this is a great one. We always want you to talk about how you're feeling. You can jump around or do jumping jacks. Maybe you want to walk or play with a pet. So lots of examples, right? And I know I went through a lot of them really quickly, but does anybody want to say ones that they really like to use when they're upset that really helps them? And it can be one that we've already talked about, or it can be a brand new different one that maybe isn't up here and you can give some of your other friends a good idea.
Sorry. There we go. If you want to come up from one of our schools and raise your hand and just like kind of shout out and answer real quick, that would be awesome. So I see some hands raised over at Brunson.
What is a coping skill that you like to use that you think is helpful? Go for it.
Shout it out, my friends at Brunson.
The Fongo.
Can I have a teacher repeat that? We didn't hear it. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Sing and dance at the sweetheart dance.
Sing and dance, you said?
Sweetheart dance.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Somebody else at Brunson really quick?
Sing and dance.
Singing and dancing. Good.
Singing and dancing too. Does anybody at any of the schools have any ideas of something else maybe that wasn't talked about that would be a good idea?
I see somebody at Speeds with their hands raised.
Writing a song.
Writing
Writing a
Lot of
song, that's a
musical
great
people.
idea.
All right. I see a hand raised at Kernersville, Piney Grove. You want to shout it out, Piney Grove?
Wow, shout it out.
Anybody at Piney Grove? Shout it out, shout it out.
Right there in the middle.
Worried.
What do you do when you are worried, Brindley? What's something you can do to help you not worry?
I read a book.
Read a
Read a
book. That's
book.
a great one.
Great, very good.
Good job, guys.
So I am going to send out for you guys a printout that's going to have a lot of these listed so that your teachers can keep talking to you guys about coping skills and things that you can do to help when you're not feeling great. And I would love if you guys would think about it and maybe pick 2 or 3 that are going to be your coping skills. And these are going to be the things that you're going to use when you're feeling upset or not good. Okay. So we are running out of time. So I am going to pause and just let you guys ask any questions that you might have. These last 2 slides just talk a little bit more about how important and helpful it is to get moving. We talked about exercise. There's lots of things that you can do. Make sure you move around all the time. Kids have a lot of energy and it's important to get that energy out. So don't stay sitting for too long. Don't spend too much time inside the house. Make sure you get outside and you play and you get moving, even if it's just to jump in place, okay? And positive self-talk and positive attitude. So try to think of good things, try to do positive things, be kind, ask people if they need help, make sure you laugh. You can write a thank you card to somebody. There's lots of things that we can do to try to stay positive, which is always going to help us feel better. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Does anybody have any questions last minute before I go?
Anybody have any questions or anything? And if you have maybe something you want to share with your group, make sure you share it like with your group at your school. I see maybe some hands raised over at Brunson. Do you guys have some questions?
Okay, Stefan, stand up and say it.
Talk really loud so we can hear you.
He's the one that stoned on me.
I know. There we go. Say your question, dude.
My mom paid bills and I have
gotta speak up.
And I help my family with helping my friends.
Very good. So you help your family and friends when they feel stressed. Good job, buddy.
Okay, we're gonna just, do y'all have actual questions?
No actual questions.
Good job, guys.
No
Thank you,
questions. Make sure
Cheyenne.
you guys keep talking to each other about the coping skills that you use. Maybe you can give each other some really good ideas to try, okay?
That's a great idea. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. And if the schools are tuning into the second meeting, make sure you find that link and we'll get to you soon, okay?